Hey guys, it's day 30. Got a really cool day ahead of me here. Another late start. I was up again late working, but I knocked out another website that'll be live in a few days, and I'm on to the next one. So that's cool. Feel great. Gonna do a reverse course today just to mix it up a little bit, have some more fun. I'm then, when I get home, going to do another really cool recipe for you guys. It's going to be well, I'll tell you, it's a beer can chicken, but it's not using beer, and you'll see exactly how I do it and what I use and everything. I wanted to do it a few days ago, but the chickens I got, I didn't even think about having to thaw them. They've been thawing for 3 days in my refrigerator, and they're finally ready to cook, but they had been hard as a rock for the last few days. So that kind of delayed my plans there. Oh, got some other really cool news for me and all of you. I got my first company sending me stuff for review. It's going to be a bike mount and an armband mount for a phone. So that should be really cool and useful. And I've also got both units that I will be giving away in a contest. So I think they're going to be here in a few days. So I'll evaluate them, show you guys everything on a review, and then I'll start the contest right after that to give them away. So you'll have a shot at those. And, the site's still new, so whoever enters, you got some pretty good odds of winning. So that's it. Let's get going. And done. Whew. Man, I'll tell you, it's a little frustrating because when I'm doing this riding, I can't help but just compare myself to what I remember from back in the day. But I have to remember that, even though I could go for hours back in the day, literally, no problem. And here I'm struggling with 15, 20 minutes. And legs are jello. I mean, I'm done. But back then, I was in better shape, obviously. I had more muscle mass. And now I'm carrying around, in addition to that, 40 some extra pounds of cargo. So there's no way I can expect to be anywhere near right now what I was back then. But, like I was going up this, it's a little hill compared to the rest of the country, but it's a big hill for Florida, about a quarter mile away. And I'm dropping down into like fifth gear out of 24. It's just ridiculous. I'm doing like a half mile an hour up the hill. And that's all I can do. It's just sad. Anyway, good ride. I'm beat. Got a lot of work to do. I'm going to catch up on some other projects. And I'll leave you today. I think I'll talk about my little bike hanging system. What I've got here is a very easy system. This was 15 bucks from Walmart. You can see there are two hooks here. And they are arranged so that they're on a big rope. You can see the rope. And I've got it wound up at the top there, so it's a good length of rope. And what happens is, if you let that rope down, both sets of these hooks are on pulleys, and both of those will drop all the way down to the floor. And then it's designed so that you can take a bike, just about any bike, and you hook them to the frame, or typically at the frame because it's going to be the highest point of the bike and you want it to hang, but you could hook it onto the seat and the handlebar or something like that. And then all you do is, just like you're raising blinds, you pull that rope and both of those hooks raise the bike up. And that's very good if you have width so you can store your bike. Now down here in Florida, garages are a little different than up north. Up north, I'm from Michigan originally, the garages had space on either side of the cars. So you could store tools and bikes and whatever. You had a few feet. But here, we don't. I've barely got enough room here for, some basic hand tools. We did have some width on this side, but I've got these cabinets built in, which are much more handy because, again, down here in Florida, there's no basements. So we have to store stuff in the garage or spare room or whatever. So I've got all these cabinets taking up whatever extra width I did have, and there's enough just to store my lawnmower. And let me see if I can make it better. There we go. You can see I got my lawnmower tucked in there, but that's all the width there is. So I wanted to save horizontal space and go vertical. what you can do with this very easily, and you can see I've just got it on a little piece of 2x4 here, and it's just spanning a couple of the rafters. All you have to do is wind up the string and tuck one end of it under the 2x4 so you can see all the weight is coming down on that string. So it's not going anywhere. So now these hooks are just up here like they're secured into the 2x4, but all you did is tie up the string. And now, as long as you're able to lift the bike, all you have to do is just lift it up and hang a tire onto one of the hangers. I mean, technically, if I had a little more room here, I could put a second bike right up there. And that hangs them vertically, obviously, instead of having it horizontal and going this way. And you can see I don't have much space this way in the garage either. Typically in Florida, all your laundry stuff is out in the garage to save air conditioning and to save space. So all this hot air from the washer and dryer just stays out here. So I've only got about 5 feet in front of my car, and it's a freaking Mini. Even less in front of hers, and it would be non-existent if we had an SUV or a large car. So I wanted to save this space and just go vertical. So there you go. 15 bucks on a 2x4, and you're in business to hang it either way. Now the benefit of using it as designed is anybody can raise a bike. Because it's dual pulleys, you're pulling half the weight of the bike up in the air. Actually, it might be a quarter. I'm not that good at the math, but it's a lot less than pulling the bike straight up. So if the bike weighs, 25, 30 pounds, you're only pulling 5, 10 pounds. So anybody can use that as designed to raise a bike straight off the ground. But as long as you're able to just lift it up, which most people are going to be able to do, you just hang it up. Big deal. So there's that.